Hey guys, thanks so much for watching this video. Today we are setting up my 2026 catch-all planner and I am so excited. I cannot even tell you. Probably not for the reasons you think. I'm really excited because this is one of the planners that I've been like going back and forth, being very indecisive about what I wanted to use and how I wanted to set it up, and I just needed to get it set up. That's one thing. The other reason is I need to start planning for 2026. And so I'm so excited to get this done and checked off the list. This is probably the second video you're going to see in my planner setup series, not including my reading video, which I did several weeks ago. So let's get right into it, you guys. Okay. I'm going to be all over the place with this one. I'm going to go ahead on and tell you there are a lot of components to setting up a catch-all, and I'm all over the place on my best day. So given this, it's going to be kind of crazy. First, let me start with some decisions that I made about covers. I am going with the parenting layout as my core catch-all layout. I've already said that, but I had a hard time figuring out what covers I was going to use. So I bought this planner from Office Depot on sale, and I fell in love with this cover. I absolutely love everything about this planner. It is a gorgeous planner. I got it on a great deal, and I just knew that this is what I was going to go with. But I just didn't, when I got ready to put it together, it just wasn't fitting my needs. I'm still going to use this because I'm actually very happy I'm not breaking it apart, and I'm using it all together for a different project. So I'm happy about that. But I just really wanted to be a little bit more calm, a little bit more neutral, a little bit more soothing for 2026. So I designed my own cover. Something very similar to what you just saw, but it's my own design. Y'all, is that not gorgeous? I love this cover. It gives you that same feel of color and brightness. See, it has the same kind of colorway in here. I'm just in love with it 100%. So this is a cover that I made and I printed, and this is the inside of it. It's double-sided. How soothing and calm is this? Perfect. I see that I need to fix my trimmer blade because it's kind of dragging a little bit, but I'll have to just deal with that. But this cover will also come with or not come, because this is just my cover. I'm going to use a vellum overlay with it. Stunning, right? Girl. When I put this together, I said, yep, this is the cover. This is the one. And then I am going to use a frosted cover. And I am going to use the vegan leather cover that came with the parenting layout. And I'm going to go with the purple discs. So once I made that decision, I was like, girl, go ahead and put this planner together because that's what you need to do. And so here I am. So let's break apart all the little pieces that are going to go in this planner. The cover, I'm going to need to put that together first. But we'll come back to that. I want to talk to you about the planner itself. So to go along with that cover, I made some custom dashboards. These dashboards are so pretty. They are double-sided, and I'm just going to do a quick flip through because I'm in love with them. I am in love with how soothing and how calm these images are making me. The inspirational words on the back. Absolutely adore this. This might end up being my planner all year. I don't know why I'm lying. No, it's not. But I love it for now. This is just, I love it. I love everything about it. So these dashboards are going to be available in my shop, you guys, and they're going to be free to my channel, club, and crew members. So basically, if you already get dashboards from me for free as my YouTube member, you will get this set. So it should be available when this video goes up. So I made those dashboards. I will put them throughout my planner. And then I have a couple of vellum dashboards. I'm not sure if I'm going to use these again, but I did print an extra vellum. And I also printed a vellum to go over my monthlies. So you'll see how those look. But that's what I have printed from a dashboard perspective. And they will just be placed throughout my planner. Then when I set up my catch-all, I'm not going to do a flip through of all of these, but as you guys know, I print my own inserts for my catch-all specialty sections, and so I've printed out my 2026 versions of these inserts. So they are ready to be set up as well. And then we are going to go ahead and get started. The parenting layout is a custom layout, so I'm going to pull from this pack. And we are going to set up that monthly first to kind of give us the core of our planner. But before we do that, we need to put together our cover. Now, let me tell you this. For real, for real. I don't know if these discs are going to be big enough. I have been using 1.65. That's a pretty big disc in my catch-all. But I'm making some changes to how I set up my catch-all. I made some changes to the sections. So I'm hoping that means I can use a regular sized disc. We will see. But I'm going to set it up with these discs for now. If you see me with this catch-all in January and it has different discs, you know what happened. They were too small. Okay, so as I said, I got this really neutral vegan leather cover in the parenting layout custom planner that I ordered for 2026, and I love it. It looks amazing. So now I'm going to put in my frosted cover. I'm only going to do one side for a couple of reasons. One, this has a vegan leather back, so I don't really need it in the back. And two, I did order a separate frosted cover from Live Love Posh on their Black Friday sale, and it hasn't gotten here yet. So I just kind of made this one as a temporary one. So when the one from Live Love Posh comes in, I'll put it on the front and the back. But just look how beautiful that looks already. I love that. Okay, so this is my cover. So gorgeous. Now, the first thing I want to do to set up this planner, like I said, is put in the heart of the planner, which is the parenting layout. I have used this parenting layout since it released in the spring of 2025, and I've absolutely loved it. Now, I committed to using this for 2026 back in September, October, and I stuck with it because I like it that much. There are a couple of nice layouts that came from other planner companies that I was tempted to go with for this year. And I said, nope, I already ordered the parenting layout. I do love the layout, and that's what I'm going to stay with, so that's what I'm staying with. But I may change halfway through the year. We will see. Now, I pulled out 3 months, but I only put 2 months at a time. The third month, I am actually going to keep in my overflow section. And I'll put that in when I need it. I just went ahead and pulled it out of the pack. Okay, so I'm just putting the months in here. Right now, I'm not putting any of my specialty sections. These are just the months for January and February, and my name page. And actually, my name page is in here. It's looking really good. This is what the months look like. So I am going to use for my tabs, because the catch-all, the parenting layout, you can only get as a custom planner, which I'm okay with that. because you actually get it so that you can move these sections around. The dividers are double-sided. You can take them in and out whenever you want. I am not using the neutral dividers that came with this planner. I am using a this month, next month system. So I am going to use basically frosted dividers to set this month and next month. And that way I don't have to okay. I've used that approach in my work planner and it's worked really well. I've liked it. And I just set up my budget planner and I use that approach in my budget planner. So I'm happy to use it in my, work planner. My catch-all planner. I think I'm going to have to pull out some new side dividers. Give me just a minute. These are top dividers. Hold on. Let me get some side dividers, you guys. Give me just a moment. Let me grab my pack of side dividers. Okay. I got a new pack. I keep these packs. I get them from Amazon. I get 2 sets for $7, so I have a bunch of these. But anyway, I like using the this month, next month setup approach because I don't have to change my plastic dividers frequently with the months. And I can just basically keep these in here all year. So it's really easy to do that. All you need to do is use your, whatever dividers you use, you can use it on these frosted dividers. You can use it on dividers you make. It's really flexible. And then you just label them with this month, next month tabs. And every time, I'm looking for my tweezers. Every time you set up your month, you don't have to put in a whole new tab. And this is really handy for me because I make my own planners. And so making dividers and tabs, that's the most difficult thing to do, honestly. It's not hard, but it's just a headache. So taking this approach, I only have to set this up really once for the entire year, and that's just a big time savings. So I print these labels on my home computer and I cut them on my Cricut. All right, so now I have this month and I just put it in here in front of the first month. And then the second month, in this case, it's February. Now, keep in mind, I haven't put any of my other catch-all sections in here yet. I've only put the monthlies from the parenting layout. But this is how the this month, next month works. So when I look at this planner, I don't see January, February. I see this month, which I know is January, and next month, which is February. And then when I come in here after January, what I'll do is I'll take January out, move February to this month, and put March in next month. And I never have to change these. And that is so convenient. So let me go ahead and put my monthly dividers. Well, not dividers, because I just put those in. I'm using vellums for my monthlies. I do not have to change these vellums every month. Sometimes I do, sometimes I don't. But given that these custom planners have really neutral monthly pages, you can almost layer anything over it. That to me is absolutely gorgeous. So that's why I decided to just go with the vellum and not create a custom divider for my months. So that's what my months look like. And I can leave these vellums in here. I'll probably, I typically change out vellums every season. So I'll probably leave these in here through the first quarter for sure. But they look so pretty, I might leave them in here a longer time than that. Okay, so I have my annual calendar and my monthlies. Let's go ahead and put in my catch-all sections. So for my catch-all sections, I made these dividers to help me separate the sections. That's what these dividers are for. I've already shown you that. And these are my sections. And I told you that I printed these out. So we're going to just pop these in, put in the dividers. I do have frosted tabs for each section, although I may have to relabel some off video. but that's okay. So I'll do a flip through after I put the planner together. So the first section is, I have these really nice quarterly activity pages, and I am going to stick these in the back of the annual calendar section. This is a new addition to my catch-all. I found that I really needed something to keep up quarterly, and I just don't use these. I'm sorry, I just don't. So the next section that I put in here is my my pre-planning section. These have my pre-planning. Let me not mess up these pages because I don't want to have to reprint. These have my pre-planning pages, my pre-planning one-page calendar, my monthly decorative calendar, things like that. Then we're going to put my health and wellness section. This is a slight adjustment from my 2025 setup. I can't wait to show you these inserts. These are new inserts, you guys. New Planning by Eva inserts. Alert, alert, alert. I believe they will be on my shop. At the time of filming this video, I haven't made them for the shop yet, but if they are going to be in my shop and available when you see this video, I will link them down below. But these are my new wellness pages, and they will be listed in the front of my planner instead of the back. That is a little bit of a change from 2025. I'm hoping that kind of encourages me to do better with wellness. I'm trying to make whatever adjustments I can with my wellness and my goals. So I'm flipping to the back. So I've flipped the months over, and I'm adding, I think in back, I want to add my travel section first, I believe. So my travel section, guys, is pretty thick. It's actually the thickest section out of all my inserts. These are Planning by Eva inserts as well. The thing is, I travel a lot, and it is one of my catch-all sections that I used the most in 2025, if I'm honest with you. I'm a weekend traveling person. I schedule trips. I travel. And I need to like keep track of my travel budget, because traveling that much, let me tell you, that travel budget gets out of control sometimes. So keeping track of where I go and the things that I do is very important. And so I love that travel section. So the next section I'm putting in is my inspiration section, my spiritual, some people call it faith section. I've made some changes to these inserts as well. I'm so excited about these changes. I will talk about the changes when we do the flip through. So this is my core section in my core sections in my planner. It looks like it's going to work well with these discs. Nice. Now I still have to put in, I need to kind of work on my trim on this. I still need to put in my dividers. So here we go with, or dashboards, I should say. I'm going to put in my dashboards, and I'm going to go through my old catch-all, my 2025 catch-all right here, because I'm filming this like the first week of December, so December is just going to be kind of lean. And I'm going to pull my existing tabs out because I repurpose my stuff. I don't necessarily create new things if I don't have to. I'm going to have to add some extra ones in here because I have done some reorganization, but I'm going to pull these clear tabs out and put them in 2026. And then I'm going to put in my dividers, or dashboards. Let me say about these dashboards that I don't really know where I'm going to put which dashboard. I kind of had an idea at one point, and then I've gotten it all confused. So I'm just going to put them in for now, and I may move them around, but that's okay. They're all beautiful. So the only one I know for sure is that I definitely want this purple, whatever type of flower this is, under well-being. The others are kind of up in the air. Okay, so pre-planning needs a dashboard and a divider right here. So this is my wellness one. Oh, let's see. I think maybe pre-planning. I'll do this one for now. Isn't that pretty? Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh. When I tell you I'm in love with these dashboards, y'all, you do not even know. So I'm taking my planning tab and I'm just putting it in here. Now, wellness. This is the one I wanted to use, the purple. Okay. So let me find my wellness tab and take this out. This is a top tab. And then I have my projects. This is a new section for me, you guys. I think I may have had, you know what? I'm going to use this goals tab only because I am not going to have a goals section in my 2026 catch-all. I've already talked about that. I'll talk about it again. But in the interest of reusing things and not just breaking out something new, I will just use goals and I'll relabel this. So for now, it's going to say goals, but that's really projects. And I do have a projects label, so I'll probably go ahead and relabel it on this video. And then we're going to get into travel. This one is a new section as well. I think I'm going to need to finally break out the new top dividers here. I have a couple of new sections, as you can see. So in 2025, I had my travel inserts combined in a section called Leisure and Explore. And I had like a combination of like travel inserts in there and my custom pages that I make. And we all make custom pages, right? So you know what I'm talking about. Just kind of see which, I think I need one right here. But I decided for 2026 to separate travel because I do so much travel planning to kind of give it its own section. So I think for travel, I wanted to use the butterfly. No, not the butterfly. I think I'm going to use whatever this is. This is some type of bug, but I erased the bug legs because I didn't want to look at a bug. So I just like the wings. So I erased those bug legs. I don't know what type of bug that was, but it had little antennas and stuff. I could not look at that. That was ugly. Well, no, it wasn't ugly. It was just creepy. So that was a no. Spiritual goals and intentions. So spiritual, girl, what you gonna do for spiritual? I made this one for believe. That's the motivational word. Okay, so I do have a tab I can reuse for my inspire section. I love reusing stuff, right? Like this is the beauty of making your own planners, you guys. Now, I do have a couple of more sections, even though I don't have inserts. I do a Planner Joy section. Every month, and my Planner Joy inserts are freebies to my YouTube channel members. So I don't have the January Planner Joy section out yet, and I don't use a dashboard for that. This is an example of like the December Planner Joy. It kind of comes with its own dashboard. So I don't use a dashboard for that, but I do need a section for it because this is where I put my Planner Joy. I also am using a instead of using the Leisure and Explore section, I am doing specialty pages. So I'm still doing like my one-off pages. Where do I want to put it? This is travel. I think I better put this maybe before travel. I said I was going to put travel. No, I just said I was going to make travel separate, and I am going to do that. But my leisure and explore, this is where I put things like my 2026 bucket list, my 2026 dreams list, or my favorite movies in 2026. You know, those specialty one-off pages that we make to go in our planners. Yeah, that's what I put in this section. And I'm going to call this section not leisure and explore. I'm just reusing the tab, y'all. I know people be like, oh, everything has to be brand new. Girl, not me. Not me, not me, not me. I just need to reuse what I have so I'm not spending extra money. Okay, I like this one for, like I said, I don't know what this section is going to be called. I'm thinking of calling it dashboards, because that's really what we're creating. I think when we're creating those one-pagers like favorite movies of 2026 or bucket list, things like that, spring cleaning list. You know, it's just like a one-page dashboard. So I think that's what I'm going to call this section. I don't know yet. I'll figure it out before January. But anyway, it has its tab. It's good to go. I think I do have... I know I don't have anything that says travel, but I think I can update this goals, because I feel like I have something that might say projects. Let me see. Yeah, I have projects right here. And then I have some notes, ideations, all that good stuff. So let me take this out. Repurpose your stuff. That's all I got to say. I'm going to take this goals off. You were lovely for 2025. And now we're going to add in this projects one. Bring this up so I can see it. Okay. And just put projects right here, and she is relabeled. Nice. Okay, anything else I want to relabel for 2026? My projects and plans needs to be relabeled to just I think I'm going to print a new label for that. I do have a label that says plans, but I want to label it pre-plans. So I will leave that until I print a new label. Wellness is going to stay the same. Projects. I need to print a travel label here for my travel stuff. And this is for, well, this is the travel stuff. And then I need to print the dashboard label, and I think that's it. I don't think I'm going to put any notes in here, I feel like, or if I do my notes, I am going to put some notes pages, but I'm going to put them in the projects section. These are just lined notes pages from a notes paper pack that I have. Nothing fancy. I'm just going to pop these in here. They're actually from 𝘭𝘪𝘴𝘬𝘭𝘪𝘢𝘭𝑀. I love the quality of her paper. And so I'm trying to use these notes pages. That is it, you guys. Love, love, love it. Let's do a flip through. That went so fast. I cannot believe that that went that fast, actually. You probably don't think it's fast because I see I've been talking to you for 30 minutes. But it feels fast to me. Oops, let me change this because I hurt myself with these tweezers the other day because they are sharp. Okay, this is my 2026 catch-all. Love it. This is the vegan leather cover that came with the custom planner, the custom parenting layout. Open it up. I am using these purple discs. These are repurposed from a Happy Planner clearance I got last year. But we have a frosted cover, a vellum cover, and then a custom printed cover. And then we go into the title page. This is from the Parenting Layout Custom Planner. And then this is a Planning by Eva add-in. I added in the quarterly calendar because this is kind of how I like to plan my quarters. And then we have a pre-planning section with a frosted divider and a dashboard. The back of these are double-sided dashboard. This one says imagination. The future belongs to those who believe in the beauty of their dreams. Then we have pre-planning. My pre-planning section looks the same as it did from 2025. This worked really well. I didn't see a need to make any changes to this other than updating the year. My wellness section, lots of changes here, you guys. I moved this section to the front of the planner because I've struggled big time with wellness. The divider says balance. The key to keeping your balance is knowing when you've lost it. So true. My wellness, I adjusted my inserts so that they focus more on tracking, and I don't have to come in here every day and track. And because that's overwhelming to me, or I don't have to come in here every day and write something. That's overwhelming and I won't do it. So I have a monthly overview with basically an affirmation, my goals and intentions for the month. Something I can fill out at the beginning of the month when I set up my planners. I do spend a significant amount of time doing that. And then I get into some wellness reflection. And then I get into a health and fitness tracker. This wellness reflection allows me to come in, and at the end of the month, I can comment on how I felt during that month. Did I feel sad, angry, overwhelmed? Why did I feel that way? Locus of control is what was within my control and what wasn't. I have a self-love affirmation to remind myself why I should love myself. And then a question about what I will focus on the next month. So I really love that I have some reflection space, but it's not overwhelming and it's really only reflecting on the month. During the month, what I will track are my wellness routines, such as my taking my medicines, my vitamins, exercising, doing creative fun things, managing my weight, things like that. And then on the back of that page, I have a wellness tracker where I can list some specific wellness activities, some specific workout activities. And I love this blooming progress tracker. You guys know me. I am into adult coloring, and this is a great tracker because it kind of shows you blooming. And it's just 4, so you can separate it by 25. And as you kind of progress on your goals for that month, you can color in a different plant. And I just love that. So I'm so excited to use this. My routines tracker is just setting your routines, and you can track it how you do that week for that routine. Nothing fancy. You don't have to come in every day. It's just tracking it for the week. And then you have your blank routines tracker if you want to set routines for something that is more than your morning, afternoon, or self-care. And I just have enough in here for 3 months. I'll probably take out the extra month because I only like to keep 2 months worth of stuff in my planner. So I'll probably take out the extra month. Okay, so then we get into projects. This is another section. Oh, I need to put a divider. I knew that I was missing a divider. A dashboard. I was like, why do I have 2 extra dashboards? I was only supposed to have 1 extra dashboard. So, this is my project section, you guys. These are new inserts for me as well. These are Planning by Eva inserts. This says resilience. I feel like I need to move these around. I don't know why I have resilience under projects, but that's okay. The ability to successfully adapt to stressors, maintaining psychological well-being in the face of adversity. So that is my motivational quote behind this dashboard. But my projects worksheet, I'm so excited about this because I struggle with keeping track of like planning my projects. Projects don't have to be anything fancy, y'all. This could be cleaning your craft room. Okay, it could be baking cookies. It's whatever it is for you. It's a catch-all planner. I have a lot of projects like in my craft room or for my Planning by Eva stuff. Like setting up my website was a project, right? I still have to set up my newsletter. Those are projects. I need to destash my craft room closet. Those are projects. So I like to come in here and just write down my projects. There's a space for your milestones right here. This little line is for your due dates on your milestones. You have a place to list your tasks, resources, and considerations. What's really exciting to me is how I've broken apart your to-do list. This area at the bottom and on the back is grouped, and you can use those groupings however you like. And the reason I did this is to kind of mimic the online project management softwares that you may or may not have used depending on your experience with that. But things like Asana, Microsoft Plan, stuff like that. Not so much as Notion, because Notion is more of a whiteboard concept. But this just kind of allows you to bucket your to-do items. You can have like in progress buckets, completed buckets. That's not how I'm going to use it, but you could. Or you can just take your total to-do items and separate them into groupings. Or you can just make a complete to-do list without grouping anything. So I really, 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 really love this. And I think it's going to make a big difference in how I manage my Planning by Eva projects. In this section, I also have just checklists and notes in the back. So whenever I want to just jot down a note or whatever, I have some open note paper in here. That's really important for me as well. So then we get into our monthlies, which is the parenting layout. I have put these nice vellums in here, but these are very neutral layouts. And you've seen me use the parenting layout, so I don't have to go over that again, but I keep 2 months at a time in my catch-all. I am using the this month, next month setup. This is my February, next month, and that's the months. So my Leisure and Explore, this is where I'm going to put my specialty dashboards. I've talked about that. There's nothing here yet, but it says mindset, work like you don't need the money, love like you've never been hurt, dance like nobody's watching. And then this is travel, the growth. The challenge is not to be perfect. It is to be whole. I love that. Love that quote. So you notice that all the quotes on my dashboards are very motivational, very encouraging, very self-love focused. That's intentional for me because that's what I really need to focus on, my well-being for 2026. That's physical, emotional, everything. So all my planners are going to have a very similar theme. Love yourself whenever and wherever you can, and express that however and wherever you have that opportunity. Travel section, I've gone over these travel inserts before, but these inserts allow me to go through the whole process of planning a trip. Everything from initial research, so there's a travel research page, to confirming the details about travel, that goes on my trip overview page, to going over my travel budget. I do that after I've confirmed my details. Setting my travel itinerary, I generally do that after I know what my money looks like. The things I do are dependent on the money that I have, not vice versa. So I usually do my trip itinerary after I've done my budget. And then you can make lists for the things you need to do to prepare for your trip. And packing lists are here. And then that just repeats. I like to keep enough inserts in my catch-all for 2 trips at a time. But of course, you can, these are printables. I believe these are available in my shop. I think so. But these are printables, so you can print as many as you want. But I like to keep enough for 2. This is one of my favorite inserts ever. It is the Weekender. If you are a weekend warrior or you like to take last minute spur of the moment trips like I do, sometimes you need to plan those, but you don't have a lot of time to plan them, and you don't need 10 pages to plan them. You just need 1 page to write down your details, a little bit about your budget, what things you're going to do, what you're going to pack, and go on that weekend trip, you guys, and enjoy yourself. So I love that Weekender page. And then I do review my trips. I review them just like I review my books. So I have a trip tracker where I rate my trips, and then I do a trip review. Okay. I just keep some extra pages here, a packing guide, things like that. Inspire. This is my spiritual section. This is where I come in, reflect on my spiritual goals and intentions for the year. These will be available in my shop as well. This is a new like an updated spiritual insert type thing. So this is just where I reflect on my goals for the year. I have some questions that I answer annually. This is not monthly. I have an inspirational content log where I can kind of track my interactions with different types of content. Everything from audiobooks to movies to podcasts to scripture, whatever. I just track when I interact with it. And then monthly, what I do monthly is I come in and I journal, and I use a horizontal to journal. Now this is dated Monday through Sunday, but I just ignore that and I just decorate over those, and I use these to journal for the month. I could have left the days off, but I didn't like the way it looked without the days on there, so I left them on there. But they're intended to be monthly journaling. And I have 2 or 3 in here. I will only keep 1 month at a time, so I'll probably take the extra months out. And then I have reflection pages. This is where I come in and I can actually reflect on any piece of content that I consumed. I don't have to do this for every piece of content, but if there's one I want to write more about, then you can reflect on that. And you just put your title, your observations, your application, your reaction to it, whatever. This loosely follows the SOAP method, loosely. The SOAP method, I think, is scripture, observation, application, and prayer, I believe. I forgot what the P is. I think it's prayer. But this loosely follows that because it has observation and application in here. Well, summary too, but I love the method. I just like to apply it to different types of content. And then we have our planner joy section. Okay, so this is my catch-all. I am in love with it. It took me a long time to decide what this was going to look like. When I get my Live Love Posh frosted cover, I will adjust this frosted cover, and this part that's sticking out probably won't stick out anymore because I won't have this homemade cover. But I absolutely adore this, and I hope you enjoyed this video. I hope you have a happy week planning. Thank you for watching.